I'd like to call this Germantown School District Building and Ground Committee meeting to order at 4:30. Roll call. Brown,
Present.
Loth,
Here.
and Pollack are here. Item number 3, agenda revisions and approval.
Move to approve the agenda. I second.
Motion by Loth, motion by Loth, second by Brown. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item number 4, approval of the February 13th, 2023 meeting minutes.
Move to approve the February 13th, 2023 meeting minutes. I'll second.
Motion by Loth, second by Brown. Any discussion? No discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item number 5, reports and updates, GHS Green Space Greenhouse. Mr. Lord.
Yeah, so this is an update after a little time off of the project, or this ongoing project of the Green Space Greenhouse at the Germantown High School. Just as a quick background, in April 2022, the Germantown Environmental Club received approval from the board to move forward with phase 2, 3, and 4 of the Green Space Greenhouse project. But the big change with recent commitment from Johnson's Nursery to fund $30,000 towards the completion of these phases, we are looking to get some of these projects scheduled and in process in hopes to get them complete prior to the beginning of the school year, or this upcoming school year. Mark McClellan and with the Environmental Club and Rob Dummert with Johnson's Nursery are here to help with some supporting detail and discussion. I attached the Green Space phase timeline. This is one that I put together just as kind of a tentative project timeline and a phase detail as they were presented to the board back in April of 2022. So what we'll see here is just kind of the layout of the projects that we've received quotes and proposals on in order to complete the work. And then a rough timeline on when we expect to have those complete, again, tentatively moving forward. So that, I believe, covers the majority of my update.
Yeah, I think the piece this evening, as Mr. Pollack and Mr. Lord and I met last week, is the project's already been approved. It was a matter of a funding source, and we have a generous donation from Johnson Nursery to make that space accessible, which is the biggest obstacle right now. As you saw in building tours on Saturday, you can't get out there unless you go through a teacher's lounge, and it's not fire code or safety code regulated. So tonight was the update. We want to have Mr. McClellan come up and talk a little bit historically for our newer board members, some background and any questions you had for our friends from Johnson Nursery. So the full board would accept a donation at the June 12th meeting during the donations portion of the consent agenda. And then that would allow us then to utilize the funds to get the project going. And then I would ask Johnson Nursery to come back to the July board meeting to discuss naming rights and have a proposal to the board for naming rights at that time, so we can iron some things out. This part we wanted to try to expedite, as it's Friday, the kids leave for school, or leave school for the summer, so the building's closed. We have to change the cleaning schedule for that portion of the building so that we can hopefully get this project completed by the start of the school year. Mark is eager for that for how many years now?
Since 2019.
Yeah, he told me he's retiring in 10 years, so this has to be done. So, Mark, do you want to give a little background?
Sure. Thank you, board, for listening to me today. 2019 is when the Environmental Club was really interested in using that green space, seeing that it's about 7,000 square feet of unusable space. And the idea came about of, having a greenhouse in that area that could be used, as well as a green space for like the cafeteria when kids are eating lunch. They could go out there and use that area. And the greenhouse would be something that would be used by all disciplines. Could be used by business. Could be used by obviously science department, and then and maybe even having like, vegetable sales for the community and getting the community involved. And so this was proposed in 2019. It was approved by the board, I believe, in April of 2019. I can't remember offhand, and then COVID happened. And then it kind of got sidetracked. And ever since then, I've been trying to raise money throughout the community. I went and did a presentation with Johnston Nursery, and they came back with a generous offer, and it really started to get us going in the right direction. So we have phases of this. Obviously, the first phase was approval. Second phase, third phase is kind of getting out into the green space, the courtyard. And then eventually, we'd like to get a greenhouse out there. So it's finding donors as we go. And I feel like we're taking a big step this summer with getting out there and actually being able to use the space hopefully next fall. So it's pretty exciting. I've gotten much older since we started this. So, any questions?
I don't have any.
Can't think of any.
So yeah, so just for anybody watching at home who either are new to watching us or didn't take a look at the materials, the big piece here that I think for any of these phases is the fact that there's going to be a gradual improvement, and just the fact that we can get the second phase completed, get some of our students to do some of the concrete work out there. I'm hopeful that once students actually see, like, oh, there is this place. Some of them may not even know that it even exists.
Yeah.
The fact that each phase, I think, will have an improvement and will just bring more eyes to the situation and to the goals will be helpful. So I appreciate all the work you've done, all of the students. I know they've been heavily involved as well in trying to get out there and trying to spread the word and doing all the things that they can. And so I'm appreciative of the fact that we're turning an unusable space into a usable space.
Right. Yep. And once we get out there, I think we can do some smaller projects that will get a lot of kids involved, like trails around the area, mulch, building picnic tables. So it's pretty exciting.
I do have a quick question regarding the plans. I see the seating area, then there's a round area next to what's the tool shed now? What's
Yeah.
that circular area? We were there just the other day, don't recall.
These might be the drawings from.
I think they were. So
Yeah.
So
think-
what's included in the packet was a conceptual idea to kind of give us a little flavor of what it could be.
Could be.
Yeah, we're not set in stone.
yeah.
Those.
I was just wondering, I know there were trees there now, what conceptually was that? Is that like just benches for people to sit
Yeah,
and study
just
on?
an
or-
open courtyard yard.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A learning space, basically.
Okay.
Again, that's all subject to change. This was kind of the destination vision, right, Mark, from Excel.
Right. Yeah. So it all depends on funding, what we can afford, what we can't afford going forward. But we'll make it look good.
It can look better than it
Trust me.
currently does,
Yes.
right?
Absolutely.
I just want to say, we'll have a more formal board meeting on the 12th round donation, but to Rob, and I'm guessing your chat, we've sent a lot of emails to each other. Thank you for putting your name and some dollars behind this. It's something Mark's been very passionate about, as you can tell, and persistent. And you're allowing literally to open the doors for the future. So we really appreciate putting your stamp on there, and you're helping us make this a reality.
I mean, I think we're all kind of humbled at times the fact that every board meeting, it seems like there's, whether it's individuals, whether it's sports organizations, whether it's businesses like Johnston Nursery, that just kind of keep giving, and it shows a commitment to the kids. It shows a commitment to the district. So, I'm not going to speak for everybody else, but I'm appreciative of the donation, of the work that you have already done, or the work that you'll continue to do for us. So, thank you on my behalf, at least.
You're welcome.
I think that's echoed across the whole board. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Questions? Good.
Anything?
So Frank will work with his team and the vendors, kind of set up a timeline, and we can share that through a email, or maybe if we advantageously get that by Monday night, but we'll see. If not, I'll share that once those documents are put together and we know kind of the start time and the scope of the end time.
This
Frank?
is something you'll get community involvement also, sign up people to be able to come in and help clear what's in there, and
I think Mark's
People
done
can-
that with the environmental club, and
Mhm.
yeah, you can get people to see that space then.
right, yeah,
More
they'll get them
exposure.
involved and excited about it too.
For sure.
And the tour was mentioned, that we had the opportunity to see it on Saturday, which I think was helpful for all. I had already seen it before in a previous tour, but thank you, Frank, for leading that. And just as a reminder that there is the other building tours, all the elementary schools coming up as well. So
Which we'll be posting, I believe, tomorrow, we'll start at Amy Bell at 8 a.m., make our way to Rockfield immediately following, MacArthur, and then end at County Line.
so for anybody interested, we'll all be there, so, or at least most of us. Can't speak for everybody, I suppose. Anything else for us, Frank?
I believe that is it for right now.
Okay. There is no unfinished business and there is no new business, so I'll take one more motion.
Make a motion to adjourn?
Second?
Motion by Brown, second by Loth. Any discussion? No discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Meeting ends at 4:42.